Ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of people are probably still watching the fellas over there on their hot take hot moments. But it's a lot of that going on today. There's a lot of things going on today. Uh, Trending topic, I mean, it's a lot going on at Flowery Branch. It's hot and heavy. Um, Everybody's running from office fax machines are running, emails are running. So I mean, hey, everything's gonna trickle on over. It's just the OG OG Tuesday tantrum with a couple of things to talk about. I know y'all can hear my God baby in the background cutting up back there. Uh, but yeah, you got RayRay is no longer a dirty bird. Um, things things got really went south after Ike Hilliard got canned. He had a lot to say about that, along with a few other things. He was at odds with, one or two guys on the team in the locker room. Um, he was really disgruntled. And then his birthday bash was kind of sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, truthfully. Um, you know what I'm saying? It's just. I mean, I saw this coming. When he tweeted what he tweeted after I hear you got fired. Um, so I guess it worked itself through the process to this point. You know, um, everybody's had their feel and had their say um, as to their thoughts on RayRay being cut from the team. But it is what it is. A lot of times you got to work with the status quo, even though things may happen that you don't like, but you can't let it get you off your square, and you can't you know disrupt the company. And that's what he became a problem in the locker room. He wasn't conducting himself as a player of the Atlanta Falcons, so it is what it is. And he gotta find employment elsewhere. You know, um, you know what I'm saying. So hey, as is, the Dirty Birds have cut RayRay loose. He's in the wind. He's not suspended. He's been cut. He's been fired. He's been waived. So you know, it is what it is right there amongst the many things that are going on with this organization. Um, you know, I I'm I'm not stunned. I'm not surprised. And I don't think I'm surprised that it took this long. To be quite frankly honest, after he tweeted what he tweeted the day after I hear you got fired, I'm just surprised it took this long. 'Cause I knew it was gonna be a problem. But I mean, I guess they let the reasons piled up. I mean, like I said, he became a problem in the locker room. He was doing things outside of the organization that wasn't conducive to the conduct of a professional football player for an organization. Um, per his birthday bash, and his social media activity was also became a detriment. He you know he put out a little freestyle on his IG page, and he trashed the organization, and all of that there. So, you know, it is what it is. He didn't want to be here no more after Ike Hilliard, you know what I'm saying, got his walking papers, and he conducted himself as such. So, not too much you can say about, you know what I'm saying, out of that. Um, you know, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, he comes say they cut RayRay before I could get the hair care routine. Yeah. What up, E? What up, Ghost? What up, everybody? You know what I'm saying? Um, it's been a hot, chaotic day. Um, you know, and it's I at this particular juncture, I don't think this is going to be the end of that particular type of action. You know, what's going on, Mr. Elder? Um, so, I mean, right now at this point, it is what it is. I don't think anybody in the locker room was surprised at it. I don't think it's gonna move the needle from that aspect. You know what I'm saying? On that, you know, on him being gone, he didn't want to be here. After Ike, you know what I'm saying, got sent packing. He had a whole lot to say about that. He had a whole lot to say about and the thing that he tweeted, you know what I'm saying, last week. Um, Subliminally aimed at Raheem because that you know, and I knew at that particular point, yeah, you know, I'm just surprised it took this long. Again, you know, I'm surprised it took this long. Um, you know, and some of the things that he was, it had some validity. And I mean, you know, if y'all saw my show yesterday, and some of the things we talked about, you know, with Homer, you know what I'm saying, with Homer Simpson, it's just um I, it just making my standpoint in the off season about this guy, you know, it stand even louder. Um, I just, you know, it's at this particular point, it's a green. The light is just green on green on green, and you know, at this point, Raheem is next. Um, you know, it just you, when you walk into a game, like I said, like I was talking about on yesterday, when you walk into a game against an opponent that knows you know what I'm saying, you know, and you're an incompetent, inexperienced head coach going up against a 9-year veteran in Kyle Shanahan, and Shanahan treated him as such, and it was bad. It was bad. Shanahan was living rent free inside of inside of Raheem Isaac's head. That's plain and simple. We ran the ball 18 times on Sunday night. 18. 18. I mean, and if you ask me honestly, if you ask me, you know, a second offense on that, he should have caught an Uber home on Sunday night. You know, I'm gonna get into that, Mr. Knight. I'm gonna get into that. You know, what I'm saying I've had my thoughts and you know, on you know, on and some ideas on that. You know, you know the fallout. With it's really not too much fallout from RayRay being cut. Um, you know, he didn't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Which was the fallout from Ike Hilliard being fired unjustly. You know, when you as a player, after that happens and you tweet, you should fire yourself in big bold capital letters. I'm just saying. I knew it was just a matter of time. I'm surprised it took this long for them. You know what I'm saying? To send him on out the door. But at this particular juncture, at this particular time, you know, we 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 should honestly be 5-1. We should be 5-1. But we're 500. It's not it's a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing. Um, you know what I'm saying? We're 500. We've beaten 3 playoff teams. We've lost to 2 playoff teams. You know, um, I mean, it just well, Ghost. You have to think about something. I mean, when the I hear you firing happened, um, it was a lot of people that wasn't contributing to you know to the offense. A lot. There was a lot of people. It wasn't just Ray. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Drake was playing like his transmission was broke. You know what I'm saying? It's taking a while for Mooney to get his stuff going. It's taking a while for Casey to get his stuff going. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I mean, it, right now, you gotta find as a coach and as a staff on a whole, you gotta find a way to get you know to get these guys together on the same page. I mean, I say 5-1, Sonya. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I say 5-1. Look, people gonna think what they want to think about. You know what I'm saying. That Carolina game, that was just an ass kicking. You know what I'm saying. That was just an ass kicking. Period. Point blank. You know, when you get skunked, that means not scoring any points. That's just ass kicking. So you take that tape, you throw it away. I would say we beat 3 playoff teams. We lost to 2. You know what I'm saying? Can you take a silver lining away from that? To a certain degree, you can. But at this particular point, man, it's more about Raheem just not. He is not head coach material. He's not. He's been in the way more than he has helped. That whole motivational speaking shit that he does, that is not conducive to this team moving forward. He wets the bed in situation in head coaching situations, during games. He's like a deer in the headlights. And in this game Sunday night, Kyle Shanahan was living rent free in him and Zach Robinson's mind. The fact that we only ran the ball 18 times tells you that. 18. And you kept putting your young quarterback in detrimental situations. So much so now that he's bumped and bruised and black and blue up. And even he said, man, it's too much having on this team to be doing this. Even he said that. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying not to, sound redundant and repeat probably which I've already heard. And I know Mike them, if they're probably still going, or if not, they're just getting done over there. I know they, just rolled over everything um, concerning Raheem, you know. Um, but in my mind, at this particular point, you 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 have to you have to um you have to fire Raheem at this point. You have to. You have to. Um, there's no other there's no other reason. I mean, you have no other recourse but to. You know what I'm saying? At this particular moment, at this particular time, at the state of affairs, this is you know going on. You know, just saying. You have to find that with what I mean. He's not showing you anything. You know what I'm saying? As a coach, you're not you're not showing that you're a capable head coach. You know, but nobody's listening to you. Nobody's adhering to you. You have nothing of excellent old substantiality to what I'm saying, to bring to the table to garner these guys' attention for them to believe in anything that you're saying. You just not. I mean, you like I say at this point you have to. There's no other recourse. At this point, you have to fire. You have to fire Raheem. You have to. You have to because this is awful. And while you can salvage, you know what I'm saying, while you can salvage the season, you know, it just because you can you can salvage the season, you can correct the ship, you know what I'm saying, you can adjust and put some things in place and use the talent on this team like it's supposed to be used going forward. You know, yeah, I said that myself. Because after the I hear get fired and the tirade he went on Twitter, the things that he was tweeting on Twitter, yeah, and then what he, some of his comments in the press conference, it's, and then for him to become a locker room problem in the process. Yeah, hey, I'm surprised it took this long. You know, you know what I'm saying. ATLEO said, it'd be more funny if Arthur Blank is talking to Rex Ryan and getting ready for Raheem to go. I mean, at this point, you have to, like I said, you have to fire Raheem at this point. You have to. You have to. It'll be a wasted season if you let him continue to be at the head of the table with the way things are going. You're gonna kill morale. You're gonna kill the will to win. You're gonna kill the will to play because this is it's not even you know it's just it's not even it's not worth it to keep him as a head coach at this point. You know, you still got 11. You got 11 games to go. Cut bait on him. Get your temporary setup, and keep it moving. Go. You know what I'm saying? Go and move forward. You know, yeah, and that's the thing. But the problem is, you still have a Raheem Morris, who's doing his best Homer Simpson right now. You know, I'm just, it's crazy. Saint said, I believe Penix getting set up to fail and get hurt on purpose so Captain Kirk can come in and try to save. I thought about that on Sunday with the way the game was being called offensively. I thought about that. I really did. I gave that some talk, and I was looking at it, and it's like, you know, I, but I don't think it's any fire to that smoke. I don't, you know, what I'm saying. Um, and I think that he is of he's one of two that could. Um, Rex is a no nonsense guy. You know, you would have him. Saying with Brick that would push this defense to the next level. Mentality and accent the old wise. You know what I'm saying? Um, and we could get a championship pedigree type offensive coordinator. A Rex or a Harbaugh. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Um, you know, I mean, but hey, man, it's a frustrating and interesting piece of chaos that is going on right now in Atlanta. And like I said, at this particular point, you have to fire Raheem at this particular juncture. You have to. Now, I don't know, did any of you guys um, watch the game on last night? Um, the Detroit Lions put a spanking, a can of whoop ass on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They bounced back from last week and did their thing. Jared Goff and what that young man name, the running back, y'all know who I'm talking about. Eggs, little youngin. They put some work in on them boys on last night. They dominated them boys flat out. Um, you know, it was an entertaining game. Ron, we all have to remember Penix is basically still a rookie, and he is going to have his ups and downs regardless of who the coach is. We had we had played the least amount of games of all the QBs drafted in 2024. That is a fact. That is a fact. I said that on last week, and people seem to forget that particular factoid that you know Penix is basically a rookie. He is. He's a rookie. Um, and if you're not putting him in situations where he can succeed, that he can make plays, you know what I'm saying? You know, manufacture situations where he can be what he is. You're gonna get what you got from in the Panthers game. You're gonna get what you got on last night. So just saying. But I do think it does matter who the coach is. Right now, he's really not in a conducive environment offensively, where the person that's actually smart enough and has the pedigree that can put him in those type of situations or use common sense. Just saying. But we had a game on last night where the Lions bounced back. They basically did to the Bucs what the 49ers did to us. You had a whole lot of Bucs fans around here talking to us and saying this and that. Well, it was quiet on this morning on the Buccaneer front. It was quiet. It was a little quiet. It was interestingly quiet. That can of whip ass didn't feel too good on last night. It didn't it didn't feel too good. It didn't look too good either. To produce only 9 points. Right? Yeah, I'm just saying. To folks be walking around here talking about watch what a real team does. Okay, all right. That real team got beat down on last night, shut down on last night. Royally, excuse me. I mean, it was entertaining and it was interesting, but it still keeps things close and relevant um, in this division, you know. Um, they're now 5-2. Panthers are 4-3. We're 3-3, and the Saints are the Saints are the Saints at this particular moment. You know, you know, it's that just it leaves us, you know, it's a situation that's not out of reach. It's not the division is not out of reach. Um, but we got to get it together offensively and stop leaving our defense, what I'm saying, hanging. At this particular point, that's just what it boils down to. Yeah, yeah, they did. Yeah, that was a real ass whooping. That was a real ass whooping. Yeah, I can't. You can't. You can't. Put it in any other way, shape, form, or fashion. They the MVP talk, you know what I'm saying, is quieted down quite a bit for for the Baker man after last night. You know, um, uh, as I said, the vision is still within reach. Um, we're not out of it by any means. Um, we just gotta, tighten up chin straps, get in here, and use common sense and do what we do best. You know, um, for the rest of the way, these next 11 games. Um, you know, sit down and get down and do what we supposed to do what we need to do. You know, Jerome says, I also think the injuries in training camp hurt our rhythm. Far as receiver Mooney was hurt and never got a chance to build a rapport with Phoenix, and San Francisco exposed how to attack Elijah Wilson. You had a perfect mixture of things that, could go wrong against a familiar opponent. Um, he he attacked Kyle Shanahan. That is, he attacked Elijah and did, you know what I'm saying, and then it didn't help that Zach and Raheem. I mean, we ran the ball 18 fucking times, man, and that's not us. That's not us. We ran the ball 18 fucking times. That right there in itself tells you, you know what I'm saying. Again, Kyle Shanahan living rent free in Homer and Lil Bart's brain. You know, on that aspect. We got to again. We got 11 games to go. You know what I'm saying? 11. 11. Okay. And right now, it starts with Miami at the crib. You know, we got to we got to tighten up. You know, and to me, in the start of tighten up, I just Sunday night was a fireable offense. I believe that you have no other choice but to fire that man at this particular point. That and I you know and I'm gonna let that stand as that. You know what I'm saying? Um, you, right now you got the Bucs 5-2, Panthers 4-3, we're 3-3. You know, 2.5 games. And the only thing that's gonna change everything is we got to climb up out of this hole that we put ourselves in. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You know, I mean, again, um, you saw the Bucs get their head toward the frame. Um, and then the Panthers won, but it wasn't impressive. It wasn't. They have some injuries themselves in it, but they got some guys back, um, and whatnot. But we as an organization got to get it together and got to do better. You know, You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Um, that's it's pretty much, you know, he said, we lose to Miami. Do you think Raheem is I'm of the mindset that they should have been gone after Sunday night. Well, at least Raheem should have been gone after Sunday night. So I mean, you know, if we wet the bed on next week against Miami, I'm still gonna be saying what I'm saying now. You really ain't got no other choice. You got to fire Raheem. You got to right now. You got to right now. It's you have no other recourse because nothing's changing. Nothing's changing. And you sat
Yo,
there, and
yo,
you
yo.
both of y'all was right there. You know what I'm saying? With Kyle Shanahan in your brain, living rent free in your brain. Y'all called the game offensively like that. You run the ball 18 times. 18 times. I just, Raheem should be unemployed right now. He should be unemployed right now against a familiar opponent. Okay, Kyle knows you and Zach. Okay, he saw y'all for what 3 years over there in Los Angeles, and you sit there and y'all coach the game like y'all was in fucking running a high school team. There's no reason why Raheem should have a job right now. You know, I'm just, and I'm standing on my premise from, what I'm saying, what I said before the season started. We're at that point. His ass should have called an Uber from San Francisco. Dead ass.
Yeah, not even an Uber. He should walk.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, at this point, you have no other choice. I mean, you cut bait and move on with life. You know what I'm saying? You just you have to, because otherwise you're really gonna dismantle what's left of your season with 11 games to go. What's going on, Fresh?
What's going on, OG? What's going on? Got caught
Yeah,
up in traffic a little bit, man.
not much. The hot topics right now. We done cut ties with RayRay.
Seen that
I'm
coming.
I'm not surprised. I was wondering why it took this long. I
Yeah,
mean, with everything that's going on from the timeline from when they fired Ike Hilliard and the Twitter tirade that he went on the next day.
the
Okay,
interview he had too.
and then and then the stuff that he said in the press conference, then the little freestyle that he dropped on IG. I wonder why it took this long.
That's Raheem Morris's way of trying to save face.
Ski, that is a foregone conclusion. Ski, that is a foregone conclusion. That's a foregone conclusion at this particular point. You really have no other choice but to fire this guy. He is not a capable head coach. He is not head coach material. Okay, he could be a politician or a motivational speaker, but a head coach, no, not even a coordinator. I just he's not. He's not. He's not. And there's not anything on his resume that says he's head coach, coordinator capable. Nothing.
Nah, I guess being likable will get you a coaching job these days.
But you know what, Ski? Because it was a distraction to him Ray Ray it was clear who Ray Ray had the problem with. You go back and you look at them tweets after they fired Ike. Oh, everything was directed at Raheem. Oh, that little freestyle that he dropped on IG. Oh boy, he was on Raheem head. Now, yeah, he got at odds with some of the players because yeah, you was drawing attention to the team a negative way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a better way you could have gone about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so I mean, at this point, you know, you you have to fire him like right now, like right now, like right now. Like Sunday night in the middle of the third quarter is when your ass should have fired him.
Shoot, before we even got into this game, the moment he became a healthy scratch, he should have just been like, all right, let's let him go.
Well, yeah. As far as RayRay goes, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I mean, when I hear his name went down, and and he said what he said in the press conference, and then the Twitter tirade that he went on, uh, you know, when that Wednesday he should have been cut.
Yep.
He should have been cut then. After I got it was a boiling pot. You know what I'm saying? That was it already exploded. Then you throw in the birthday bash, you know, and all of that happened with that. You know, we're a hot mess right now, largely due to Raheem Morris. It has nothing to do with nobody else. It's Raheem Morris. Period. Point blank.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I just read this and I was about to
Yeah.
say something about it. Yeah. Yeah.
And look, and I said this on yesterday. We should not have fired Arthur Smith. We shouldn't even know. Arthur Smith didn't. Arthur Smith being fired had nothing to do with football. It had nothing to do with football. It had everything to do with it. He didn't kiss nobody's ass. Period. Point blank. And he was headed in the right direction. All what was needed was to get him a viable quarterback. We had everything else.
Yeah.
We
I
had
think that's
everything else.
what did him in, him not knowing Arthur Smith, him not knowing how to handle that quarterback situation, not having a
Well,
quarterback's coach, and
the problem. Well, two things. He didn't have a complete coaching staff. Okay, number one, and then number two, for Mariota to quit on the team the way he did when he did,
yeah,
because Mariota was supposed to be the bridge, while they coach up and tune up and get rid of Reddy. But then they end up having to put him in a whole year before they really wanted to. You know, I mean, what I'm saying, but all of that, like I said, that's my feelings on the Arthur Smith matter. He shouldn't have been fired. He should have been given a chance to complete his staff, get a viable quarterback, and then boom, and keep moving. But you know, as you say, the rest is history. I mean,
yeah,
right, right now, you know, Raheem is God. Just It is not too much anything else I could say about Raheem at this point, except for his ass. He needs to be fired right now, right now, right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, um, you saw on last night. Um, I'm just running it back so you can give your opinions on it. Um, the Lions dominated the Bucs. Were you able to see the game?
I seen bits and pieces of it. I was out with my girl, and
Uh,
I seen a little bit of it. I seen Mike Evans go down. Prayers
yeah,
out to him. You
yeah.
know, and that's like, dang, boy, he just
That
came
that
back from injury.
that's a separated shoulder,
They
cracked
said
collarbone,
broken collarbone.
broken collarbone. Yeah, his season is over with.
Mm-hmm.
It is over with. You know,
So it's like, dang, your season. And I know it sucks for him because he's like, dang, my 1,000-yard streak then came to an end due to injuries.
you got that, and then you know, not being now having a. You could say that the Bucks had a real shot this year the way they were playing. Um, the way they were playing. So you know, the Lions opened up a can of whoop ass on them last night. Uh, they only put up 9 points. Um, you know, uh,
I think people learn how to keep is going to learn, especially after this game, they're going to learn how to keep the Bucks down. Because you think about it,
well,
the Bucks
it,
really
yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't have Mike Evans for the rest of the season.
Chris Godwin been in and out of the lineup still
Yeah,
since he's been back.
in and out. You're gonna need to you're gonna have to get somebody at tight ends because
Hmm.
the young fella on the outside, they're gonna defense is gonna be coming in to key on him.
I
Um,
think he already starting to wear down too, because
yeah,
he's starting to get little knickknacks and stuff. And we got to remember he's coming from straight from college to doing your draft day stuff to playing.
yeah,
So there's no real rest for him. So they're really asking a lot of him.
mhm,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So and they're not gonna be able to rely on him the whole time.
Corey, what scheme? That motherfucker ain't got no scheme. He ain't got no scheme. It ain't no scheme to be proven because he ain't got now.
Yeah. You could tell when he tries to tamper with stuff because shit. Oh, excuse my language.
Mm,
Stuff doesn't look the same. And it seemed like he only does that after the offense and defense has a great game. Then he wants to try to implement little bull crap. It's like, bro, just leave stuff alone.
right. Oh my
You
God.
just need to make sure the loose ends ain't no loose ends. That's what you need to make sure. Ain't no lint or nothing on this suit.
Facts.
You almost made
Facts.
me spend $200 on this suit here, nigga. Watch how you been in them corners,
Right.
baby.
See,
You feel
yeah.
me?
And then now you got the state of affairs in the NFC South. Bucks 5-2, Panthers 4-3. We're 3-3, and the Saints are bringing up the rear with 1-6. God, God
I
bless
ain't gonna
them.
lie. When you said that last team, it made me smile. It made my heart warm a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I like hearing that type of stuff.
And
Say it again for him. Say it again for him, OG. That last team is what?
1-6. Bringing up the
It
rear.
sound
And,
even better
and,
when you
and
said it.
I feel sorry. I really do. I feel sorry for Kellen Moore and Spencer Rattler right now. I really do.
Yeah.
For
Spencer Rattler is actually playing pretty
for
good.
underdog story, and Rattler is giving it everything he got, man. He giving it everything he got in these games, and Kellen, just Kellen Moore. It's a long road, and I hope that he's able to finish that road. It was right
Mm.
now. It's just, oh man. I said when he got the job, I'm like, yeah, Kellen Moore, he deserved it because he worked far hard for it to be in a
Mhm.
position to get a head coaching job. I just wish he hadn't took that job.
Yeah, if he would have waited till this year, he would have had a nice pick of the litter because
Yeah,
the Titans' job is up for grabs now,
right,
officially.
right.
Miami's job is going to be definitely up for grabs. I'm
The,
pretty,
the, he would have had a better picking between Tennessee and Miami.
and then
You
I
know what
think
I'm
the Browns
saying?
are going to have. I think they're going to have a job opening. I don't think Kevin Stefanski is going to last up there.
Who?
Kevin Stefanski, is that how you say it's like the Browns head
Oh, the
coach?
Browns. Well, he's only doing what he's being told from up top.
Mm.
He's he's following orders from up top.
Jets
That.
might be a one and done coach too with Aaron Glenn.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
And that man, they put they put Justina as they starting quarterback. Like if Aaron Glenn should have
And
known.
honestly, I'm honestly right there, right there. I honestly felt like if there was a chance and a team that was set up for Justin Fields to get something done, I felt like him and the Jets was a good fit. But look, man, that dude
He
at
can't
this point
lose.
he's not even looking like a backup, bro. He's practice squad or bust at
Yeah.
this point. He's practice squad or bust. And look, with Justin Fields, this goes all the way back to Georgia. Okay, and there were guys that were on that team with him and said, because he could not beat out Jake Fromm because he couldn't throw that slant.
Mm.
He couldn't throw that slant and he couldn't read defenses. And he runs off to Ohio State. People get on, well, look what he did at Ohio State. I mean, well, anybody could stand back there in the pocket behind that offensive line and throw it down the seam to one of them track stars.
Yeah.
Anybody could do that. He set his whole entire career back 5 years by leaving Georgia. And that's just the real of it.
Probably ruined it now that you're looking at it.
Yes.
Probably
Yes.
ruined.
Man, that boy couldn't read a defense, you know what I'm saying, if it was written in skittle colors and in Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Mm.
This man has been sacked 9 times in the game, 4 times in his career. No other quarterback has been sacked more times than Justin Fields over the last 3 years. But he got them skills that y'all like that he can run. He can run. All that damn running. He is the most sacked quarterback in the last 3 seasons. I'm just, I'm just saying, it's, oh, Lord have mercy. You know, we're in a fixable. I try to give AAU a break, ski. You know what I'm saying? It seems to ruffle feathers when now all you do you talk about Lamar Jackson every day. Okay, all right, yeah, I give him a break. You know what I'm saying? I give him a break. But right now, the narrative on him this year, oh, he can't escape that. You can't escape that. To quit on your team,
Oh yeah.
to quit on your team against your playoff arch nemesis. Oh yeah, okay. That's your legacy. That is your legacy, and I'm gonna make sure it stay your legacy.
Hey, we gonna make it stick.
Yeah, you know. And I feel, and I agree, and that too. I feel bad for Aaron Glenn. He was another one that worked hard for opportunity at a head coaching job. Um, I just hope that the powers that be in New York don't get have no knee jerk reaction and give him an opportunity to get his own quarterback. Scout out, search out. You know what I'm saying, and get his own and work from there. Um, he said, "My question is, will Penix be scared now since he injured his foot? The foot injury always pop back up. If someone step on his foot, he will be hurt." Well, we're gonna have to see. It depending on what this is. If it's a sprain or
They said a bone bruise in the foot.
bone bruise. If it's a bone bruise, they're probably gonna need to sit him down for a couple of games to let what I'm saying, at least 1 week, get some treatment. Heat that thing up, ice that thing up. You know what I'm saying? For the pressurize the healing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can mess up a bruise.
Yeah.
You can mess up a bruise. So you know. Uh, let's see. I talked about RayRay and his pink slip. Talked about the state of the South. Talked about last night's ass whooping by the Lions. Um, Talked about Homer Simpson ass should have been fired in the middle of the third quarter on Sunday. Uh, you know, um, I don't know what else to say. What you got on your mind? Yeah, speak freely. Whatever might be a thought, a topic on your head.
What, what would it take to get this offense going in the right direction?
Fire right here.
Defense. Oh man, hey, yo, we're gonna have to fire both of them, Robinson and him.
I mean, honestly, I believe we get Raheem out of here and out of the way and leave Zach alone, and he could, because look, you could tell when Raheem ain't fucking with shit offensively.
Yeah,
You can tell. I think if you get Raheem the fuck away from this offense, or fuck away from this team, and Zach and Brick do what they do, I think we'd be fine. I
I
do.
think. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's what I think. I think we'd be fine.
Yeah, I think definitely this season. Whoo, yeah, we need some correction for real. The next game is definitely a game you can get that correction, but it's Miami. It's not too much you can take from that game because they have been looking horrible all season. But you
They,
still get right.
yeah,
That game should be close. You should demolish them.
Miami right now is in the same situation we in.
Mm-hmm.
McDaniel need to be fired.
Yeah.
Them ain't nobody in that locker room listening to him.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I would love to have him as a coordinator.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what's gonna happen. That's what's
Yeah,
going to end up happening.
there are two guys that are probably going to be unemployed after this year that I wouldn't mind having here. Harbaugh one, McDaniel two as a coordinator.
Yeah, we need to fire Raheem Morris and Zach, and we just bring them two in. Replacement.
Well, Zach already got his bags packed, man.
Oh yeah. I think Zach is going to Oklahoma State. Definitely.
I think the paperwork is already set up on that right there. Honestly, I think think the moment the clock strikes zeros on this season right here, he won't even have no exit press conference. His ass is out.
What Marcus tell Mike? Hey, look, after we nail Tapia, me and you are through. I already signed my transfer papers.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
already signed my transfer papers. After this season, me and you are through. So that's pretty much
Right.
what's going on with that,
Right.
man.
Man, yeah.
And that's the bad thing about this season. We're talking about trying to replace our head coach still somewhat at the beginning of the season. That's to let you know something. Like,
Well, you know, he's not head coach material. There's nothing on his resume that said he he was Rich McKay and the board's desperate reach to keep Belichick
control.
out of here.
Hmm.
Cause that was somebody that they damn sure would not been able to control, and you know Belichick would have done it his way.
Yeah. So, do you think we need to shake that front office up first before trying to get a coach,
Well,
a coach in here?
well, the situation is that it was the board of directors and their fear of change and the fear of Belichick. I mean, you know, how do you not hire a guy that eight got 8 chips under his belt? And I don't give a damn what you think about him or what he's damn done. You get that. You get that championship pedigree in here and let him do what the fuck he damn do. You know, and I think that board of directors, you know, all of them need to be missing the stinking.
Hmm. Now, I said something about this earlier in the year about the Vikings with JJ McCarthy because you
Hmm.
know they put him. They said he had an ankle injury after our game and stuff,
Yeah.
but he finished the game. Now the head coach over there saying he's not 100% yet back to his reactionary movements in the pocket. Me
Well,
personally, I think that after that ankle injury, I think that was a surefire way from them to bench him and put Carson Wentz in.
they was trying to fix a mistake that they made because right now they are they are they are shooting them. They are taking the gun and emptying the clip up under they got them chin for running Sam Donald out of town.
Yeah, for sure.
You were 14-3.
Yeah,
14
that's
and 3. You should have brought that man back and let him do the damn thing for at least 2 more years and get McCarthy right in the meantime, in between time. But you run that man 14, 14-3?
yeah. And then I just seen some drama about Russell Wilson just tweeted out something against Sean Payton because I guess Sean Payton said something about him after that Giants and
Look, that little Cold War is gonna be forever going on. That between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson because you know Sean Payton did that boy dirty and double. He did that boy dirty and did it publicly. Is it fresh? I like that you brung that because that kind of gives off the vibe Raheem benching Penix and using that. Yeah,
I mean,
like I said at the beginning of the show, man, I kind of thought about that for a few minutes with the way the game was being called offensively. You know, uh, I mean, what you think a lot of people have forgot the little off season run campaign that Kirk Counsel cousin was on.
Yeah. Nah, his ass is gonna be on that bench. Yeah, I don't need you doing nothing, bruh.
Right.
Yeah, let him stay there, man. And the only reason he might play this week is because of what I'm
That
saying,
foot.
that foot. That's the only reason. And still,
Yeah,
maybe not
I
even
mean,
because
honestly, I could see Kurt playing. You know what I'm saying, against Miami, and then and and the Colts. I can, because it
yeah.
would be a necessity. You know what I'm saying, to give that foot. Let that bruise. Get some good work. Get the train staff on that bruise on that foot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can see that. But as far as like benching MPJ, no man,
Nah,
no.
man, you gotta let him go through what he need to go through. I mean, he's still even with these games, he's still not playing as bad as you think. Some of this is the coaching.
A lot of it, all of it is the coaching.
I tried to sugarcoat it.
Mm-mm. All of it is the coaching. You ain't sugarcoating shit. This is all of Homer Simpson.
Yeah, we
His
just
ass need to get the fuck out of Springfield, like right now. Raheem is the goddamn problem.
oh man.
Every time we got them get some altitude on this hot air balloon, he goes in there and sets the goddamn helium machine on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, you stupid. Corey, you stupid.
Oh man. Damn, do we still got him?
Yeah, he on the practice squad. Yeah, cause we cut the other boy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sonya said the board doesn't want to win; they just want good players on our team, but still want us to lose by bringing in head coaches that have no experience. They bring in head coaches that they can control.
Exactly. And we don't need that.
They wouldn't have had no say so with Bill Belichick. None. You know. But hey. Yeah. I wouldn't even call it ego at this particular point. I just call it
Bad coaching, not knowing what you're doing. It's not an ego thing.
this some blonde airhead bullshit. At this particular point, I mean, how much more exposure do you need to see that this man is not capable of being a head coach, not capable of being a coordinator, not capable of being even a position coach? Because Jalen Ramsey exposed all of that, and that was going on in Los Angeles with the Rams. Jalen Ramsey exposed all that. And he, like I
Let
said,
us do what
he,
we want.
he has a better chance of making real good money and being good at being a motivational speaker or a damn politician. And that's just keeping it a book. That's just keeping it a book. You know. Mm. Anything else, Fresh?
What do you
God.
expect this coming up game? Because I do not want to see us struggling against no dang Miami team, man. Miami's run defense is right there with the Bills. Like we should not look like we are at any given point in this game, this upcoming game, we're gonna lose. I should be able to sit back in peace.
I'm telling you, and I hate to even say this. But this be the game where Calais Campbell had a game of his life right here against us.
Oh, Calais ain't there no more. He back with the Cardinals.
He went there?
Yeah, he back with the Cardinals.
Okay. Oh hell, we just shit. That's still viable because we got to see them.
Yeah,
Shit. You're saying?
he
I mean,
might not get his chance this go round, but he's gonna get his chance.
right, 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 man.
Yeah.
I, I'm at this point. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm prepared for a Homer Simpson game. I'm prepared for it. I'm prepared for it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, I'm just,
Hell
you know what
man.
I'm saying. You tripping? I hope we lose just for Raheem and Zach to be gone for a better future for this
I don't
team.
even want that to happen, really, because honestly, when we fire these coaches, some of these players that we didn't picked up might not even ain't gonna be here. Defense might not look the same. It's a whole bunch of other things going into firing a coach,
Right?
but it's like, damn, bro, it's either it's like you damn if you do, you damn if you don't when it comes to certain coaches and firing them.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I had on my mind. Um, you know,
Ooh, how would you feel if they made Letford, our offensive line coach, the head coach?
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. He is a veteran in his league. And I'm quite sure he would run the ball like no other.
Because I definitely don't want to lose him.
Right.
And that's what it comes with firing coaches, because you can lose coaches that you don't want to lose. We just want to get rid of this one.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose these others. But other coaches come in and want certain things. But with Lefford, I'm hoping, I feel like other coaches have paid attention and watched our offensive line and know that this man is behind this product. So keep him around.
Yeah. 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 Oh well, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much about it for this week's OG Tuesday Tantrum. With a late push from the young man French.
Yes, sir. Had to come say something, man.
Yeah. I'll tune in tomorrow. Uh, next episode of Wicked Win Sports Tea. For the um, Sports Tea Dummy of the Week.
We already got him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
qualifies every week for the
yeah,
award,
yeah,
even
yeah,
when we do good.
yeah. And we'll get more into, you know what I'm saying, tuning up for the Dolphins. Um, you know, and all of that. Um, you just might get a little NBA talk. Just might,
Mhm.
just might. For that, you know what I'm saying. Gamers Barbershop, you're a little late. I'm about to close it out, but it just give you the cliff notes on it. You know, the not surprised. Really was what took so long. Surprised it took this long for them to cut RayRay. Uh, uh, I think, and then I myself think that Raheem Morris should have been fired in the third quarter, 49ers game. They have no recourse. I think he should be fired right now going forward. Um, you know, it's state of affairs in the NFC South. It's a fixable situation. It's a catchable situation. But, with this guy at head coach, it looks and feels kind of bleak. But, I mean, we got to do something. Corey, you know what? You know, Peace, love, and chicken grease, brother. I pray for you. You know, just
Hey, Corey Gear Five. What team? What's your team? He showed aiming to get Trey. He funny.
you know what I'm saying, man. That dude, uh, Gambler, Gambler said all facts. Couldn't agree more. We are a clusterfuck organization right now. Couldn't have said it better than myself.
Mm-hmm.
Great. He's a Clippers guy.
Yeah. The Clippers.
He's a Clippers guy.
Okay. Trey Raheem to New Orleans. Boy, they ain't got nothing even to give us back for him. That's crazy work,
Wow.
though.
Well, I take Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We know our
I
quarterback
would.
will be on point. Yeah.
I
And he's
take
a
Kellen
lefty
Moore.
quarterback too. Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I would take Kellen Moore. Yes, I would. I was yes. Let's
Okay,
see.
yeah.
Gavin said Hawks need to get a paint lockdown big for defensive sets. That's the biggest issue. They can't protect the paint. Well, I haven't had a chance, which was kind of sort of going to be my thing. You know what I'm saying? Looking at so far what's been going on in the preseason to get a gist of what we may look like. So I'm kind of sort of going to, that's my little bit of homework for the night. You know what I'm saying? While I'm dialing it down, to see what I saw a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Or the first two preseason games, but I haven't. You know what I'm saying? I had a chance to lock in and get a good look, with what we have and see what it's going to look like. You have to have an idea of what this season may procure. But I'm going to have a little something for you. I'm out try to have a little something for you tomorrow on that. So, tune in. Um, it's just on the programming note because I'm going to make the change pretty soon just for the basketball season because my Thursday show, I'm turning that into a Hawk show. It's gonna try to be me and Truth on that. And it's gonna be a later time than 5 o'clock. So be on the lookout for that move from Mr. White Network. You know what I'm saying on Thursdays. For that, I'm bringing y'all, all the Hawks fans bringing a Hawk show. You know what I'm saying for the season. You know, so what I'm saying try to do it up for y'all. For all the ATL sports fans. Um, I might have a Brave segment, close out season segment. And I'm trying to get my baseball people in here on that. You know what I'm saying? But the off once um, on further later on, closer to the World Series or after the World Series on that. I'm definitely gonna do something when whatever name it's called for the new skipper for the Braves. I'm definitely gonna do something on that when that happens. So there you have it on that right there. You know what I'm saying? The branding and network movement of Mr. White's network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He just
yeah,
dropped the bomb for y'all.
yes. That's what we're gonna be
Exclusive
doing.
news. Only at Mr. White's network.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So appreciate y'all for tuning in, turning in, um, and everything. Like I said, man, I appreciate y'all, for checking me out, getting in here with me, and looking at these programs that I try to bring to y'all. I appreciate it. This don't work without you. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button for me. If you're not tuned in, if you're not locked in, subscribe to Miss White Network. Subscribe. I'll do my best to keep your attention, keep you informed, entertain you as well. You know, you know what I'm saying. So, hey, from a young fella fresh, I
Hey yo.
am your OG. Big Sam, Mr. White, get off my lawn. Yeah.
$60 million worth of mother lotto tickets, and I'm crazy. I'm insane. Give me this mother.
Yeah. Hey man, look. Y'all got to keep it A. You got to keep it dirty, man. And most notably, you got to keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice, man. This White Network, Young Man Fresh. Y'all have a good evening. We out.
Peace.